It's sort of an interesting place to be an actor and streamer. There's a debate on whether AI is gonna continue. I'm on the side of AI's happening. This is the Aerith that they're gonna get. Do your best. That's all you can do.
I'm Naomi, and this is Character Select, the show where I sit down with the most talented voices in gaming. Today, I'm talking with Briana White, the incredible voice of Aerith from Final Fantasy, where we talk about her rise in the industry, the challenges she's faced, and her honest thoughts on navigating this tough industry in a world where AI is becoming more and more impossible to ignore.
Briana, thank you so much for joining me for this.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to chat with you. I mean, I'm always happy to chat with you.
I know. I do love our conversations every time we've gotten to work together. We, of course, were part of the Final Fantasy VII release not too long ago. How have you been since then?
I feel like that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a lifetime ago. But it really wasn't. But almost 2 years now. Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. Last year being a release year. Is that right? Yeah. Last year being a release year was wild and crazy as it should be.
As it should be.
And it was sort of nice to have reclaimed a release year from COVID times because Remake came out in 2020 when everything just, we didn't know how to celebrate at the time, and, you know, for good reason. But, yeah, so being able to really celebrate like a full release year last year was really nice, but of course very chaotic. And then this year, it's really just all been like traveling to conventions and meeting people. It's also been crazy and beautiful and wonderful.
And busy. That's good.
And busy.
It's good. Yeah. And especially if we're recording this like right before the holidays. So it's a little wild times right now, but
it's wild, y'all.
Yeah.
And the Game Awards are tomorrow as we're recording this.
Exactly. It's just piling on everything. It's like, I don't know if I'll make it through. I will make it through because time will pass anyway.
Yeah, there's really no choice.
Right. Exactly. All right. I kind of want to take it back because I actually, as much as I know about your career, I don't know much about like where you're from and kind of how you even got into this industry. Like, I'd love to get your whole backstory on that.
The backstory. Let's see. Where should I begin? At 3 years old, I was sitting in a chair singing a Barney song.
Okay, I love
That's
it.
a true story.
It's incredible. I love Barney.
One of the stories that my mom tells me is that like that was when she knew that maybe I should try performance. And she enrolled me in my first school play when I was 7 years old. I played Molly in Annie Jr. And I distinctly remember that was one of the like first examples in my life where I was instantly good at something and I got a lot of praise for it. Like my parents were proud of me, and I, you know, as an eldest daughter, that's all I ever wanted. So that immediately was something that I fell in love with. And I love being able to make something out of nothing with a group of people that are working hard together towards a shared goal. There's this culmination after months and months of work where you get to share something you've made with an audience. And that joint experience is something I've been chasing my entire life. I love the community aspect of creating.
I am the same. I love that aspect of it. I think it's just like the collaboration, the new people you get to meet every time. Yeah. Sometimes you get to, you know, work with the same people again. But it's always like a fresh new feeling, right? And it's exciting. I also am the eldest daughter. So I get that, you know.
That's why we get along.
That's
we
right.
Understand each other.
Same wavelength, totally. So how did the path lead? You know, you said you started getting praise for doing something that was performance, but how did voice acting fall into that, and where did you get started in that field?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a long story because voice acting was not something that I immediately knew I wanted to do. It was always theater, and I followed that through school. To the growing dismay of my parents, who once were proud of me, they did not want me to be an artist in trade, in career, right? Yeah. They wanted me to have a nice, sturdy job, something dependable. But I said, nope, this is what I'm going to do. sorry, you planted this seed and now you're going to watch it grow. And so I went to NYU for theater, and they are very theater focused, but they do have one semester of film and TV training that you can take. And so I took that, and I found that the subtlety in acting that's allowed in film and TV sort of fit my style a little bit more than the, reach the seats in the back of the theater kind of acting that is required when you're on stage. So, I think between theater and film and TV, theater really is about crafting something you're not and making it completely believable. Whereas film and TV very much more is, who are you? Because we're going to see it. So show who you are. And that I found very interesting as well. So I started auditioning for film and TV when I got out to LA. I was very lucky to get an agent right out the gate through someone that I knew at NYU. And, I just auditioned for everything I could get my hands on. The only thing that I am chasing is making a living doing what I love. And so I didn't really care if I was auditioning for like commercials or industrials or indie films or like background characters. I didn't really care because I knew this industry was really competitive and really hard, and I just wanted to pay my bills and do it. Voice acting kind of really wasn't on my radar. I always thought about doing on-camera stuff until I had an agent sit down with me at my agency and say like, okay, so like what kind of things should we submit you for? And I was like, anything, film, TV, commercials, voice acting. And she said, oh, voice acting, what silly voices can you do? I was like, that's not really what I was taught that it is at school, but I guess none. Like, I don't do impressions. And she was like, oh, okay, well, everyone wants to be a voice actor. So, okay. Then I guess voice acting's out.
Right.
And that was really the last I thought about it until I got the audition for Aerith. Truly.
Dang.
That was it. And that came across my desk because of my theatrical demo on IMDb, like my film and TV demo. And I do think that the casting director, because a lot of us were film and TV actors first, I do think the casting director was looking for someone trained in on-camera work that could also voice act. And so, yeah, that just fit me perfectly.
So Aerith was your first role in voice acting.
Truth.
Wow. I did not know that. That's incredible.
Absolutely
what
wild.
What a banger role to get
crazy
right out.
Truth.
Yeah.
No, really. I think that was an advantage because I went in thinking there was no way in a million years I would ever get cast, but it was going to be the most fun thing that I could possibly do that I would never get to talk about. Right. And so I just like went in and I was like, let me just have fun. And like, maybe if they don't cast me as this role, maybe they'll cast me as like, NPC number 4. I've always been a gamer. And so as soon as it came across my desk, I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what this is. I'm really excited about it. And then the wild thing is like, they picked me.
Wow. When they picked you, were you like, oh my God, were you intimidated at all? I know you said you were excited, but I'm sure that's like, what a iconic role to get right out the gate.
Truly. And I think that I was a little intimidated, but also I was like, they picked me for a reason. Like I went into the audition, I could do everything they asked me to do. So like, should be fine. It wasn't until like, I want to say like 30 to 40% through the recording process that my intimidation meter just increased.
Okay.
and reached ahead. My imposter syndrome absolutely took over about 40% of the way recording through remake. And we were, really in the weeds of like recording really emotional things, heavy dialogue, and on a time crunch. And so it was the time crunch that it was like, if I was more experienced, I would probably be able to do this faster. But because I'm not, I can feel that I'm slowing them down. Mm-hmm. I don't think they picked the right person for this. I just honestly was like, I don't belong here. I was constantly like trying, like I was in coaching sessions during the recording process because I was like, I need to learn faster. Like, I can't wait until this is done. But I did what I could to tell myself they haven't fired you yet. And there's a reason for that. So get over it.
Okay,
honestly, like I looked myself in the mirror and I said, this is the Aerith that they're going to get because they haven't fired you yet. So just like get over your sadness, stop crying on your way to work and like do your best. That's all you can do. It was really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine just navigating that, the pressure of that and having to like basically build the plane while it's falling. Like you're trying to figure out like, how do I make sure that I'm showing up for this and, you know, learning as I go and hopefully delivering to the level that I think they expect.
Truly.
Have you had any conversations with the people you worked with or anything about that? Like, do they know that that was going on in your head or like anything like that?
So I do. I went in for my first session and told the director, I said, I'm really going to lean on you here. This is my first voice acting role. And he said, okay, you know, like I can help you through these things. And so he was actively teaching me things while we were recording, you know. His name's Kirk Thornton. He's an amazing voice actor in his own right, but he's also a great director. And he was teaching me how to do things like efforts and battle cries and how to make them all sound different and how to make it sound like you're actually putting effort behind something when you cannot move your face from this microphone. So he knew that. And yeah, I think there was a lot of peace when I realized that it's not just me and the microphone and then it gets shipped into the game.
Right.
It's a really collaborative team process. So there's when I have a line, let's say the line on the screen is, come on, Cloud. I have to say that 3 different times right off the bat. We give it A take, B take, C take. So I'll say, come on, Cloud. Come on, Cloud. Come on, Cloud. Say it 3 different ways, 3 different intentions, 3 different lengths. I mean, we have to fit the timing really exactly as well. So the director will then pick from that. And so, or the director will pick from that, or he will not like that and say, hey, let's give it another version. The context here is that you are teasing him. And so I'll say, oh, okay, let me give it another go. Come on, Cloud. Right. And so then he'll be like, okay, I like the D. So I would say like, when you play the game, you're only experiencing less than 30% of what the voice actors do in the booth, which is crazy. True. Yeah. You know, but it gave me a real peace of mind. And one of the quotes that I really leaned on was I read, and who knows if this is really something she said. The internet's a crazy place. But apparently Idina Menzel had this quote where she said, if I go on stage and I perform an entire musical with every single note that I have to sing in that role, if I hit 80% of them, I've done my job.
Yeah.
And I said, if Idina Menzel is only hitting 80% of her notes, I'm good, you know?
Totally.
I'm good.
Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh, the bar, it's a shift in perspective, you know?
Yes.
And you're like, oh my gosh, okay, I can actually do this.
Yes.
And it is like kind of you just try your best, you know, you just hope for the best in the moment. And, you know, and I think the fact that it was your first role, voice acting role, I feel like there's some leniency there, you know, that I'm sure they understood. Right?
They understood. Yes. Yeah. But it was also a collaborative group project to make me shape up.
Yeah.
Because I was not just signed on for 1 game, you know?
3 whole games, girl. And you're like
3
one of the main
to start, and here I am. Now there's 5 because I got added to Final Fantasy Tactics and I got added to Crisis Core Reunion, which I had no idea about. Yeah.
Amazing.
Truly.
So there you go. I guess from this point on, like, what is the next phase of your career? I feel like you already hit, like, now that you're an established voice actor and no one can really take that away, but I want to know, like, do you struggle with figuring out like, okay, what's my next voice acting role after this, if any?
So even you asking that question strikes terror deep in my heart.
Okay. I'm sorry.
because yes. There's no such thing as booking one of the most iconic character roles in gaming and then being done.
Right.
I haven't made it. And I say that because, and I'll be very vulnerable here because it's you, Naomi. I have auditioned for hundreds of things since booking Aerith, and I've not booked a single one. I've been offered roles based on my previous work, but that's 2 roles in the past 5 years.
Right.
So that's, a little hard for me personally as an eldest daughter, as a very capable woman. I like to think that I've learned a lot and grown a lot, but I don't know what's next because I'm looking around and everyone keeps telling me, oh, well, it should be easy for you to work now. You should be in every next project. People come up to me at cons like, can't wait to hear what you do next. And I'm like, me too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that is the struggle. Yeah. It's that's not
acting.
Just that's acting, period. Like it's not even just voice acting. I think it's the struggle, like always looking for the next job. Right. Yeah. So I totally get that. And it's kind of, it's just one of the hard truths of the industry. You want to have gotten to a point where, people are hitting you up for roles because you've proven they know what you can do. You're headlining some of this massive game, this franchise. It's like, okay, guys, like, you know what I can do? Like, hit me up.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild. I've now been Aerith's voice actress for, 4 games that are released. One of them is Aerith with a British accent, in a different universe. One of them is Aerith 5-ish years younger than she is in Remake and Rebirth. And so then it's like, I have shown professionally that I have range, but it's only one character. So have I really shown off what I can do, what I'm capable of?
Right.
That's a question I can't answer, right? But then there's also this element of, well, I'm not just going to sit on my laurels. That's not who I am. I'm not just going to sit back and say, well, I'll just wait for the roles to come on in. So, I mean, I'm actively like in acting classes, and it's always a little bit weird when I'm in these acting classes, I'm in these workshops, trying to meet casting directors, networking, learning, trying to get better from not only the casting directors and their advice, but also like my peers and people who bring in their own skills and unique value. Sometimes they'll look at me and be like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I'm trying to work,
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, but I'm not the kind of person that's like gonna wait. Like I'm out there. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna do the work. That's who I am.
Work.
And I trust that will eventually come to more work. That's how it works.
Yep. It is. Yeah, that's the cycle.
That's right.
I mean, there's a whole story I think about, I don't know if it's true, it's the internet, but the Marilyn Monroe story that she was still going to acting classes at the height of her career, You have
to.
It's the work.
I mean, Ariana Grande, she does, Wicked and Wicked for Good. She's in singing lessons to work on those songs when she's Ariana Grande. Like nobody can just like be done.
Yeah.
It's constantly improving and growing.
Yeah.
And what that means for every individual person is going to be different.
Totally agree with you there. Could not have said it better, truly. And I think that that's a hard truth, but something that as an actor, once you accept, it's like, okay, this is the work, and I try to enjoy the process as much as possible.
You have to. You have to. And I think that's why I kind of came into streaming too, is just because
I was going to ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Acting has a lot of waiting, I mean, I can't honestly, truthfully pay for all of these workshops if I don't do something else too. That's the constant trope that you have of actors working in restaurants. Like there's a reason for that. It's because our career is not just competitive, it's also expensive.
Yes.
We have to pay for $800 headshots that we have to get renewed every 2 years.
Yeah.
We have to pay for these workshops. We have to pay for the clothes that make us look nice on the red carpet.
Union dues.
Union dues, subscriptions to Actors Access. Even if you're not submitting yourself for stuff, now you have to pay to have media up there. Like, it's insane. And I just needed something that made me feel like I was in control of my career, that there was no gatekeepers. I could pop on a stream whenever I wanted, and whoever showed up, showed up. But this was my creative outlet and a way for me to do something I love, which is play video games. So the weird mesh of my career in the fact that I was then able to book a role in video games when I was already an actor and streamer, and then I could stream the games I was acting in. Like, I could not have planned that any better. Like, the fact that that was my fate, like, I'm the luckiest girl in the world, truly.
Oh, I love that. And you have really made a name for yourself in the streaming space doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it, but I appreciate you saying it.
Well, it's true. It's it's still performance in a way. It's also still working towards your craft. And I think the fact that you have found a niche, and the fact that streaming is so big now, why wouldn't you use that time to play games that you like, play the games that you're in, and, make a presence online just as much as you have a presence in the space, in entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely simpatico. I feel that most of the people who come up to me at cons have seen my stream,
right?
So I definitely feel like as an actor, I feel weird saying this, but the utility of being a streamer and marketing yourself in that way is very valuable.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, that's secondary to what I've actually found streaming. The community that I found is so wildly incredible.
Yeah.
The fact that we have a Discord where we chat every day, they make me laugh, they make me cry. It's one of the most beautiful groups of friends I've ever been a part of. And I'm not a group of friend kind of person.
Right.
It's interesting that I feel like my Discord and my stream, they're my home in a way that I was super not expecting. I thought that when I started streaming that it would be utility for acting, that it would be marketing, but it's not anymore. It's a home for me. And that's really, again, super lucky.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
That's so great. That you found a community, and I feel like it became your support system, because
totally
to do what we do need a lot of support and a lot of emotional, people telling you that you're doing a good job, people telling you that, to keep going. It's kind of it's the encouragement to keep it up, because it can't, this industry can beat you down sometimes. And to have that support system is so helpful.
It's amazing how much it helps when someone comes up to me at a con and says something like, your streams give me a sense of joy and friendship and camaraderie that I just can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because what? I'm just playing video games online, and I didn't go pick out Superway to find my stream, or Glowing Burrito, or Green Planet. I didn't pick them to join my stream. They just found me, and now they're all friends.
Yeah.
And it's improving their lives. And if you were one of the 3 usernames I named, sorry, not sorry. They're just easy usernames. But yeah, I find it really crazy that people will come up to me and say, what you do makes my life better.
Yeah.
That's something I also could never have anticipated when I just started community theater.
Yeah.
you know, or turned on a camera and started streaming, I never anticipated that like my work would have impact on someone's joy, on their heart, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost Christmas, so I just watched The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And the fact that like the feeling of like his heart growing 3 sizes bigger.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel like we make each other. Like my heart's bigger than it ever was before. And I think theirs is too, for what we found together. And I'm just really grateful for that.
So lovely. It's juxtaposed by, of course, the ugly side of the internet,
Which is real.
Which is real. And, you know, and so I wonder, in your experience, what has there ever been a time where you're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know how to handle this online, just the ups and downs of being online?
Yeah, I would say it really hit its high point when I went viral for the first time on Twitter. Oh, right. And my video of me seeing Aerith for the first time in game, which I mean, wasn't a particularly impactful video visually. Like it was kind of slow paced. It was a full 2-minute video. Like it wasn't like highly edited, you know, it was just me playing a video game. It got 1.5 million views.
Crazy. And
it was during the like beginning of COVID. And that was a bad time. I think a lot of people spend most of their day like thinking about what it would be like to go viral. It's a bad time. I'm just going to tell you, it's not fun, actually.
Right. Because you'll get all the good and then also all the bad. It's a mixed bag.
But what's the good? I'm just going to say it, like, what good? Right. A few thousand followers, sure. But did that pay my bills? No. Does it get me extra attention? Yes. But if it's not from your core fan base that knows you and loves you, it's actually not good attention. They don't
that's true.
Trust you. They're not there because they love you, like other fans, like other followers, right?
Yeah.
So, going viral just brings a lot of hate your way.
A lot of people just take that opportunity because they hate that they're seeing you go viral and they want to take a jab, or they take that opportunity to say something that will, you know, hit where it hurts a little bit.
Exactly. And on top of that, if you're an empathetic person, even the good stuff is kind of bad. And the reason I say that is because the amount of parasocial behavior that becomes incredibly amplified when you go viral and your social status raises is unreal. Like I was getting texts from people I went to elementary school with. I was like literally, and a lot of them were so nice, saying things like, hey, your video really resonated with me. Like your hard work, just like, it's a perfect example of like what happens when you keep going. That's a really sweet thing to say.
Yeah.
But when you get it 800 times a day and then people are using that to get close to you, that's really weird.
Yeah.
As an empathetic person, that's really hard to turn off.
Yeah. And set boundaries for, and like, all that stuff.
Because I haven't heard from those people since then.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, they haven't sent me a Christmas card.
Right. They come out,
wish me happy birthday, you know?
Right.
Like those people, they really connected with that video, and I love that. But they didn't have to like reach out to me personally because they knew they had my phone number, you know?
Right. I get that.
It's the expectation that, oh, we're going to be friends now because you went viral. That's what I don't like. Right. I don't mind a nice message. It's the other thing.
Yeah. It's trying to get something from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad for celebrities that have it way worse because they just have people wanting to chomp a piece off of them at any given moment.
In person, everywhere they go. Yeah.
It stresses me out. Like I say all the time, if I could do what I love and not have that associated with weird parasocial behavior, I'd be happy. Like I genuinely do not want to be famous. Good. I want to be able to go to the grocery store looking disgusting.
Right.
And it not be a problem.
Right.
You know?
And paparazzi on you.
Literally. And not to say that I do have paparazzi. I don't. But it's like, that's not any way, anything that I want for my life.
Yeah.
In any way.
I think the streaming community and like what you're doing, and luckily that's just not hit the gaming space like it has in history with Hollywood. For now.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh,
well, the paparazzi specifically.
That's
correct.
what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
The paparazzi. But
paparazzi, correct. Yeah.
There's definitely people
but the
who
parasocial
come
thing.
up to you. Yeah. Yeah.
The parasocial thing. And you know what I didn't expect is the autograph thing. I don't know why I just never thought about it. But a couple times I've been somewhere where a couple people want a photo with me. And then they see that someone wanted a photo with me. So then the next person wants a photo with me too. They don't know who I am.
That's happened to me before. Yeah. They're like, what do you do?
You don't know me. What do you want my autograph for?
Right. They just want it in case you're someone who's very famous. You know?
I think that's wild because I would never. I won't even go up to a famous person and ask for their autograph. I don't care.
Right. So funny.
I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird.
It's
you
weird.
know?
Yeah. It's weird because you almost become not a human. You know,
you're an idea.
Yeah, exactly.
And some people are really comfortable separating that, and I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah. Speaking of weird stuff with non-human things. I don't know how much this has impacted you, but I'm asking a lot of people about AI and their experience with it. Maybe not in their personal life, but how it affected their career. Have you had anything that you ran into with that, or something that you've seen or, experienced that's specific to the fact that we have this new tech?
Yeah. And it's sort of an interesting place to be an actor and streamer.
Yeah.
And your own business person, because everybody who is a business person wants to do more, spending less money. And that is something that AI is touted to be able to do. But everyone who creates is panicking because what we create has value, and that value or what we're literally creating is being stolen from us. And that's a very, very weird place for me to live when it comes to like the AI debate. I think, like the internet in general, AI is a democratizer. I think that it has beautiful capabilities to teach people who need to be taught in different ways. I think that it can help people think differently in a beautiful way. But, and this is the big but, I wonder where that is coming from. And I think that's the ethical ramifications of AI that particularly actors worry about, voice actors too, especially because at this point, I have hundreds, if not thousands of hours of me just talking, playing video games online.
Yeah.
That could be taken and fed into an AI, along with all the other streamers that have also thousands of days of content's worth.
So much.
Put into a system to create someone like Tilly Norwood, a fake AI actor named Tilly Norwood. And so in theory, Tilly Norwood looks nothing like me, sounds nothing like me. But the way that AI works, AI had to learn what humans look like and sound like based on maybe me.
Yeah. It's strange. It's very
maybe
strange.
All of us, right?
Yeah.
And that's weird when I've spent a lifetime crafting me.
Yeah.
And my entire career depends on me being me and being able to express me and honestly sell me.
Yeah.
So I don't like that.
Right. It's stealing, like you said,
It is. And especially it's very obvious with artists, right? I know a lot of people are not happy with Disney, but let's say it's a very recognizable art style, right? Disney art style.
Right.
you can go into all of these AIs and say, can you make me a Pixar style avatar? And it'll do it because it's been fed with all of the previous the hundreds of thousands of Pixar artists that have done that work first.
Yeah.
They're not getting recognition or credit or pay for that work, that talent, their livelihood.
Yeah.
And that's not right. And so I think there's an organization called Nava Voices that's doing a lot of advocacy work in this space where, from my understanding of it, I think there's a debate on whether AI is going to continue.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of AI is happening. So let's figure out how to, it's out of the box, right?
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to do it right. So with actors, if an AI model uses my what's it called?
Likeness.
My likeness, my likeliness. If an AI uses my likeness to learn what a human looks and sounds and talks like, and then uses 1,000 to 100,000 other actors.
Yeah.
And then my likeness is used to create an AI work, I should get credit, recognition, and pay. Mm-hmm. Should that be small because I was only 1/100,000th of that work? Yes, it should be small, but it should exist.
Yeah. Some residual, something.
something. Yeah. And that's the thing is, if AI is inevitable, fine, let's do it right. But I think right now we're caught up in this like weird lunar moon race, moon landing race, this Cold War with AI where we're just struggling to do it so fast that we're not thinking about those ethical ramifications. And it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck for 20 years.
Yeah. Hopefully less time than that. I hope we can figure that stuff out before. But
not likely.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute knowing how slow things work in this in this world.
Yeah. But I'm like an early adopter. Like in tech, I always have. As streamers, I feel like are early adopters by nature, right?
Oh yeah.
So like I'm fascinated by the tech. I like going into ChatGPT and seeing what it can do. There was a custom GPT called Deep Game where you could just like communicate with the AI to write a game and
That's
like
amazing.
play a game, a text game. That's really cool. Like, and I almost like, I feel like I'm going to get in trouble with my community for saying that.
Right.
That I do think it's a really cool tool that has some incredible uses. But there's the but, we got to do it right.
Yeah. I think it's just good we're having the conversation. We need to see all angles and we need to hash this out, as much as we talk about it. We need to just find solutions and, like you said, make it better. Yes. Couldn't agree more. So we're gonna do this or that. And let's go right out the bed. Okay. So I'm just gonna ask a bunch of questions and basically you say yes or no. And here it goes.
I'm ready.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Audiobooks or regular books?
Regular books.
Rainy weather or sunny?
Sunny.
Recording booth or live stage?
Live stage.
Hair up or hair down?
Hair down.
JRPG or indie cozy game?
JRPG, of course.
Editing content or filming content?
Filming.
Aerith staff or Aerith's flowers?
Oh, flowers.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Nice. And that's it. That's this or that. You did perfect. I think you got a 10 out of 10 for those answers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was really trying to get them all right.
You did amazing. Briana, it's so great chatting with you. I hope to interview you again next time you have a cool project, even if it's, again, in the Final Fantasy world. I would love to take even more of a deeper dive into everything that you have going on with that.
Thank you.
But yeah, you're so wonderful. And thank you for coming on some of our first shows on this new channel. It's going to be fun.
I'm really excited to see it. And thank you for having me. This was really fun.
Yeah, it was a fun time. All right. Have a good one. Later.
Thank you. Bye.